Oh, welcome to another episode of Small Talk. Thank you for making us part of your day. Whether you're catching us on the live, on the replays, or on your favorite streaming app, thank you for making us part of your day. And we got a jam-packed panel for the first time in a while, guys. Equan joining us for the first time, and good old Dean the Dream, of course, always joined by Chris and Badfish. Guys, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good, man. I have a disgusting amount of new pickups that we're going to be going through, and I'm looking forward to that. I made the effort and took some decent photos for a change. I'm usually pretty lazy about that, but it's on point today.
Very good. Badfish, fresh off of vacation, man.
Well, the real vacation starts next week. I still have a week off next week, and the wife and kid go back to daycare and work. So that's when the party really starts.
That's always nice.
No, we went out to like Niagara Falls basically, and had a great time. We went to this hotel that had a water park built into it, so it was pretty badass. We had a great time. But I'm happy we have these special guests, as you said. Let's.
So Equan,
look who's here.
Equan, I want to start with you. First time on Small Talk. You've been on other shows, but for the Small Talk listeners, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you collect, and so on.
All right, so I'll try to make this as brief as possible. But I initially collected a lot of comics, a lot of backyard sales. Luckily, this was back in like 2006-ish. So I was able to get a lot of key issues for relatively cheap compared to these days. And then after I got everything I needed, I was like, oh, let me pick up something different. Then I picked up the Marvel Legends, DC Universe Classics, that kind of stuff. And then, around 2011, I started, I had everything. And then 2011, I went up to like 6-scale stuff. And then Sideshow statues around that time too. And now, because of all that, I'm collecting all of that. Nowadays, it gets a little pricey, guys.
God, you ain't lying, man.
And they weren't releasing as much stuff as fast as they are now. So that's fun.
You had mentioned key issues. So what's your one that you never getting rid of?
That would be Hulk 181 and 180. I got those two. I remember this was like, way back to like in the late 2000s. I traded this guy like one day of Comic-Con. Like he could have my badge. I was like, and then he gave me those two comics. And then those comics are graded and in San Diego right now at my parents' place. I need to go get those back.
That is that I've never thought about that. That's like a really good trade.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I feel like I ripped the guy off but he really wanted to go. I'm like, all right, I'll do this.
Hey, it's a life experience.
Yeah, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the whole experience. And then that gave me a little high to go looking on Craigslist for other people's collections during that time.
Back when I worked at the comic book shop, we get to see all this stuff coming through, right? But the one that's hanging up, actually no, it's in my box. It's in my box right here. Is my Iron Man 55 first appearance of Thanos, Drax, Kronos, all those guys, right? Star Fox.
Yeah.
And I saw one, or I've seen two ever in my career there, right? And I worked for them for like 5 or 6 years. And I was like, you know what? I'm not in the place to do it yet. I'm not in the place. That one disappeared, went away, right? And then one day, another one showed up. My comic book manager, who knew I was a big Thanos person, he's like, hey, check this out. And I was like, oh. I go, what are y'all asking for it? He goes, I'm probably around 5 or 6, somewhere right there. I'll let you know when I get to, checking it out and stuff. But really long story short, I went up to him and I was like, listen, I really want to give a good old try to get this before you put it on the shelf. This is like the book I want." And he goes, "You sure?" I go, "Yes. I just need to talk to my wife. Give me 2 days. And if that doesn't happen, I'll put it on the shelf for you." And he said, "Okay." And I came up like the next day and I was like, "I'm taking it." I put it on layaway and paid it off. And the interesting thing about this book is it's a Iron Man 55, right? But it was also graded at a 5.5. So it's kind of cool that it matches that way.
Yeah, you have that one?
Yeah, I have it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's usually I remember like the $500 price range. Back maybe like 2008, 2009, I remember like I should have done this more often, but they had like a lot of giant size X-Men ones.
Yeah.
They're like around that price. I don't know now. I think it's like double that or maybe triple. I don't know. But my only regret is buying more back then, because now it just went up, skyrocketed now.
Dean the Dream. It has been a hot minute since we've had you here. You and Zach kind of had a, so to speak, solo show on Tuesday, but other than that, how's it going?
It's going. I'm been almost exclusively collecting 112 stuff for, God, it feels like months at this point.
Yeah.
I got
you showed some of your good stuff on that.
Say some of your
last
pickups.
episode.
Yeah, my
Been
Mythic
massive
Legions.
hauls.
Like crazy.
Yeah, I got a bunch of of the D&D monsters from Hasbro. Several Mythic Legions, custom Mythic Legions clothing. And I'm still gonna order more. I just, gotta wait for payday. But
Man, you telling me. Horrible thing about teaching is that first month sucks. It's a hard 5 weeks before I get paid. But you mentioned your massive haul, right? Of all of the things that you've received over those last several months that you mentioned, what's the one? What's the one that's like your favorite?
I would say this one. It's only because it's so different on the shelf. Is it's Gwendolyn Heaven's brands, but it's just she's in gold armor. I added the clothing, but this is for a custom later. But I just looked everywhere for this thing and I couldn't find it, and then I got a really good deal on it on Mercari. It was like buried from like months and months ago, and the guy took a pretty decent deal on it. So.
And you said you added the clothes. Is that from that Instagram that you mentioned on the last show?
No, these were from eBay. Badfish, do you remember the name?
Ooh, the one that you the coats.
Yeah, the cape and I could pull it up here in a second.
Plastic something, wasn't it? Plastic attic or plastic
armory or
armory? Yeah, I think it
Death
was
and Plastic action figure armory. Yeah,
that's it. The guy we were talking about recently was a different guy.
Seam Smith.
Seam
but
Smith, yo. Yeah,
Smith is with
good.
a Y. On Instagram, he's incredible. Because I have this character that I have like the story that I'm working on, and I draw my character a very specific way, and I needed like the clothing made for her in Mythic Legion scale, which is pretty difficult. And he like accommodated everything I asked him to do, and it came out incredible. I could send a picture if you want to pull it up, Sean, here. Yeah. So I meant to ask you right when we went live, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we'll get it up here in a sec. While Dean's looking for that, let's check in with the chat, man. We got SpongeBob SquareBalls coming in at number 1. Hope you're feeling better, man. And Toy Mafia at number 2. Do better, man. Come on. Like, what the... I'm kidding. We got Loco here. Equan, man, we got to get that guy on sometime. Sith Scale Collector, Six Gun Figs, that guy Vintage Rebellion. And yeah, that looks like that's pretty up to date for us right now. guys, jam-packed show. We got new this week. We got Mezco, a little bit of NECA, a little bit of Marvel, but the big thing is the McFarlane Spawn that Equan is going to set us straight on. We apologize in advance for our previous comments, but Equan's
I
gonna help us out
apologize
with
for
that
nothing.
guy. You apologize for nothing. Jason Nelson jumping in right now, and King Dingaling. Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for making us part of your day. All right, guys. New pickups. Chris, you said you got a ton.
Yeah, man. All right, I'll try not to torture you guys here, but yeah, I got the new Jabba, and it's pretty nice, man. It's definitely, it's sort of a reissue. It's got some paint variations, but they did a very faithful recreation of the vintage box. Now, if you look at, I should have done a side by side here, but the Kenner vintage box has the same crew of goons on the left here with Luke, but on the old one, Luke is wearing a chain collar around his neck because that's a normal thing to see, and there was no Leia figure, so they just put the chain collar on Luke in the vintage set, which is hilarious. But yeah, the last single box Jabba we got with a throne came with the only super articulated Ula figure that will ever be made, and this one certainly doesn't come with that. Instead, you get 8D8, which is a droid, and Salacious Crumb, which I think, but I mean, it's a good looking Jabba. The sculpt's accurate, paint job's pretty good. Definitely the best 3 3/4 Jabba that's come out. Throne looks awesome. There's like wolf pelts that he sits on top of that you can see there. It's pretty good, but they're just straight. They just look like straight up wolf pelts when you have them loose. They came with some other pillows and stuff that I didn't open up yet, but I have some close-ups of some details on it as well. If you move her along here. But yeah, man, the hookah and frog jar is pretty cool. Here you got the 2 carded figures. The Salacious Crumb is notable because it's very similar to an extremely expensive one that's part of a SDCC exclusive from like 10 years ago. It has the same TVC number on it, but they added a B to it. So it's trying to keep both groups happy, keep the value up on the other one, and let people fill a numerical gap in their collection.
Yeah. I feel like this should have come out with the sail barge. I know this is in his palace. Okay,
well, the Jabba did come with the sail barge, but he's in the sail barge. He just sits on a dirty futon mattress rather than this throne.
No dais. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's it for Jabba. But yeah, those look. I mean, the gargoyles are nice. The puka's nice. Now, I got a couple of these Lord of the Rings figures, and I think this franchise is so beloved by the CW community that guys like Zach can't even bear to look at crappy figures like this, and that's why he just avoids thinking about them. These are Diamond Select. They're like sort of 12th scale. My GameStop was like clearing them out for a slightly discounted price, so I was like, let's check them out. So I got the Ring Wraith and Moria Orc. And I took some more shots of these guys, but I think the Ring Wraith, it suffers. Some of the details are cool, but it suffers big time from like these molded sleeves that just like, unless the hands are exactly one way, they look awkward as hell because they're just this massive chunk of plastic hanging down, right? But the hand looks cool there, as you can see. But this Goblin guy's a lot cooler. He comes with 2 different heads. One's got like this caged helmet and a couple of different swords, and you can actually pose him on like the Ring Wraith, so he's pretty cool. And I mean, he's instantly recognizable from that Moria sequence.
Yeah, I gotta get that orc.
Yeah, he's got the. I mean, the paint apps, the eyes are a little goofy looking up close, but the armor looks nice, and and that's it for this one. And then we're getting into the extreme stuff here. So I got the new Fire and Ice Tigra.
You were waiting for this.
Yeah, man. This is some serious edgelord stuff here. Beautiful box. Dean, is that the same front of the box as the one you have, the wolf? Like, it's just the movie poster, so I guess the front's probably the same. It doesn't even say the figure name on the front, actually.
Boxes, but it looks the same.
Yeah, it probably is. But beautifully displayed. When you open the box, there you got some photography from 1/6 shooter right there, if I'm not mistaken, Trevor Williams. right in on the packaging there. And here's a few shots I took. The behind on the left shot, the background there, it's pretty blurry, but that was actually the insert inside the box. There's like a painted backdrop of Firekeep from the movie. And the panther is a static piece pretty much, except for the head. But the open mouth head, the jaw is articulated. It's kind of nice. But yeah, man, it's I don't know. It kind of reminds me of those Elite Collector ones that they did for like Heavy Metal and Vampirella and stuff. The paint apps are not bad. It's not printed or anything because it's based on a cartoon. But I don't mean the skin tone details. There's a real close up on one of the heads, not edited there, so you can see the level of sharpness you're getting on the paint apps. There's some imperfections here and there, but even if you're holding it, you're not going to look at it that close. That's a macro. So, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. And here she is killing the orc that I just bought. Yeah, man. And got one more of those. There you go.
The only thing I would change on this figure is adding a hip swivel.
Yeah, I think they were like, I didn't take too many shots from the back, but I think they were just worried about messing up a specific visual. I think that's all it came down to, man.
Yeah.
So they sacrificed articulation for to keep
Aesthetic.
clean lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no foot pegs, there's no peg holes on the feet either. So like, it's a challenge to do much with, really.
Yeah, that's my biggest complaint about the what's his name? The
Dark Wolf.
Dark Wolf. There's no bicep swivel or thigh swivel. And so some poses look kind of goofy when you're trying to get them to look a certain way.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, can you roll
great figures?
Can you, Sean, can you roll back to I have a shot of like the tray with all the parts near the beginning. Can you pull that up for a sec? Yeah. So like here you can see, there's 3 different sets of hands. One of the hair is more like resting naturally, and the other one is sort of blowing back, and that gives you a little more articulation on the arms. And there's a knife and just a sharp stick and a spear. But and then 3 different heads, and like one is like happy, one is neutral, one's kind of aggressive. And then some extra clothes that you will probably just put in a box somewhere immediately. And there's it, but I'm pretty happy with what it came with, man. Like, I don't know, it's it kind of works, but if you added one of those like waist grabbing stands to this, it would like just kill the look so badly instantly. So like the lack of like footholds is really kind of bothersome on this, because like if I want to put it up on a shelf, like it's gonna fall over within a month for sure, like no matter almost however you pose it. But yeah, that's about it.
Panther has a swap out head.
Yeah, it's just got a neutral face that's like happy, and the teeth one has an articulated jaw, but that's the only articulation on the Panther. It's just a static piece other than the head.
This looks so much nicer though than what those renders had. When you first showed it on the show, like what months?
It's not
ago?
a letdown. Yeah, it's
really not.
The paint apps delivered. I mean, you could see on the close up of that head, like you're never gonna put it that close to your eyeball. But yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with it. But
so are you keeping the haired version, or is she going bald?
I just want to show you what the head looked like, bro. You can see the lines, That's I don't know what the like you can see there's a little bit of a mess up on the left eye there, but like you're never looking at it that close.
No.
Yeah. And I got one last I got one last new pickup here, which was today. Impulse buy on Marketplace. Real close to me, somebody posted this sealed 1995 Falcon for $100 Canadian, and I just could not say no. It's this is the one that I was sort of pining after as a youth and did not get, but it doesn't super fit in my collection, but I see these regularly in worse shape for around 300, and it seemed like a solid buy, and it's
Price
the
is
box.
incredible.
Yeah, the box is real crisp, and it's got good packing tape on the sides there, factory fresh, and it's a Canadian box to boot. So this is good stuff.
Mine's sitting over there on top of a box right now. I can't display it right now, but that used to be like my centerpiece when I would display. I was telling you in the chats earlier that I had these these shelves right here. Actually, I would use these shelves, and it would fit my Falcon on it, and I could set up a whole display. I put the little Jabba in there with Han. They were
Yeah.
talking as he was. I would like, I had the one with like poor articulation, so I would kind of like
Yeah.
try to do him walking over the tail because that's the version I saw.
It's okay. Imagine like setting up a diorama of like one of the most hated scenes in special edition Star Wars.
It
That's
was so great. It was so great.
Han and
But yeah.
Jabba talking in front of the Falcon.
And
And
Boba Fett would be hanging out there too, of course. He was my
Yeah.
top tier character too. Once
Yeah.
he got added in.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't even in that original scene because he didn't exist yet, but they put him in there in special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and yeah, because I saw them in '97 for I went to a friend's birthday, and
Yeah.
that's where he wanted
Yeah.
to see the reissue,
Yeah,
them in theaters.
That 97 version of the CGI Jabba is so Nintendo 64 horrific, and that toy you're talking about like really captures the look of that garbage
does.
CGI model. Like, yeah, that was the only Jabba you could get for so long.
I
Like,
still have
because-
that thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious looking. It's like
Hell
blue
yeah.
basically. Yeah, man, that's it.
That
For
was
me.
like most of our Star Wars first experience was that. That was mine too.
Yeah. All that power of the force stuff. The
Yeah.
vehicles hold up though. I would say the X-wing's a little too chunky. I was talking to you about that earlier, Chris, but most of the vehicles hold up, like the AT-AT,
Well, yeah.
especially.
They're all the 70s vehicles. That's why they look weird. Like the
Exactly,
TIE
yeah.
Fighter is weird proportions, the X-Wing, and even the Falcon is like that. They kept using that Falcon mold until 2004, but it's from 78.
I feel like it's
crazy.
less like squished that compare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a better mold, but
Yeah,
and
the
then
first
what's the
X-Wing
other one?
looks
The
weird.
Snow Speeder during that time.
Yeah, but that
was
one,
a great one.
yeah, that one worked out. The TIE Fighter and X-Wing, the first versions do look weird though, and they kept those molds for ages. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of some of the other good vehicles from that time, but
ATST is an ancient mold as
wasn't
well.
there a blue wing, a B wing? Sorry, blue wing. A
Yeah,
B-wing?
that was all the vehicles for like the
Yeah.
first few years were like the old Kenner molds.
Yeah, the B wing's pretty good still, actually. From the '90s one, or yeah, the Kenner's one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's I think of them as the '90s ones.
it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
So, in the
Congrats.
words of my son, if you didn't already know, we threw the link in the chat for the Seamsmith. This is his Instagram. Go follow the guy Dean. You were saying that you really enjoyed a lot of the pieces that you got just recently from him.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of
Yep.
the outfit that he made for me. Now the head sculpt on this is from a guy, Action Point Studio, also on Instagram. He does custom sculpts and then paint. But you have to get on his pre-order windows, and I don't know how often he does them, but I got the head, man, a few months ago. I ordered it like 6 months ago, and then I finally got it like 2 months ago. And then I had to wait for certain figures to come out so I could use the pieces to kit bash this, and then the actual outfit was by the Seamsmith, Joseph Connors. He's awesome. Yeah, so I'm super happy with this. I did a lot of futzing on it, with like the belts. I had to glue the belts a certain way, and then the neck armor is for a male figure, and the size difference is incredibly different. So I had to like snip it and then re-glue it for it to fit properly. And then like I added like a dab of glue on the sleeve so it would not look so puffy. So lots of futzing on this to make it look good, but I think it looks incredible. It's even got the like her, when I draw her, she has like a layered tunic, so like the skirt piece is separate from the actual upper tunic. So he even did the layering on it. It's incredibly well done, and I love it. So yeah, this is super cool.
Isn't that
It's
just like
so
the great
good.
thing? Isn't that just the great thing about Mythic Legions? You know, there's so, even like if you just bought several of them and you like mix match the pieces, you're still gonna come out with a pretty decent figure.
Yeah, I mean, I I don't know how many of you are in the Mythic Legions Cabal, which is like the Facebook
to
group for
join it.
Mythic Legions. And
I should join. I've got
I don't
some now, so.
it's super cool, and people are really helpful and friendly. That's how I met all those guys. Because it's kind of, especially jumping in now, the line is already what, 8-10 years old at this point, maybe. There's a lot of information to be had, character names, 1.0 versus 2.0, certain parts fit that don't fit the other guys, or vice versa. And I was like, bro, I'm brand new to this. I have no idea really what I'm even looking for. And everyone in there is so friendly and ready to help you out. And it's just a really great community. And yeah, you really never see the same figure twice. Like, everyone does customs, part swaps. There's a bunch of people that do custom clothing, right? Everybody does their own take on it. And it's just kind of cool. It's a really cool community that's kind of built around these kind of, because they're not based on anything. It's just knights and goblins, and now there's aliens.
How unique each one is. I mean, like, yeah, sometimes you're on the same body, but a lot of these characters are like really original.
Yeah. It's such an awesome figure line. But it can get quite expensive pretty fast, especially when you're doing kit bashing. Because sometimes it's easier to just buy a figure and like use a couple parts off of it than like go on eBay and look for parts. Because like a shoulder set will cost you $30 shipped on eBay, and it's like, what, the figure's $50 on on VVTS, or $40 at your LCS. Like, I'll just go buy it and part it out, and that's the nice thing too, is like, well, someone's looking for a piece of a figure you got, so don't be afraid to list shit you have just laying around in a box, because somebody out there needs it. And yeah, it's super fun. I would say I'm having more fun with Mythic Legions currently than I think I ever had in like 6 scale. So
that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, I really, really like it. It also doesn't hurt the fact that Badfish and I are, playing Baldur's Gate and D&D and those
Badfish has
games.
been talking about forever making his own character and like getting a team together just on the Mythic Legion stuff that he's been doing. So
Yeah, that's why I've been buying all the Hasbro D&D monsters, because they're all in that game, right? It's based on D&D, so the Displacer Beast, the Spectator.
They're all on sale.
Yeah, the Owl Bears. In fact,
all on
Jason
sale.
Nelson just
that
hit me
guy
up
looked
today.
legit. I might have to go to Ollie's and just take a closer look.
Yeah, they were hitting. I don't know about now, but I don't live anywhere close to fucking Ollie's. You probably really don't. You live way the hell out there, don't you?
The closest one is, well, I got vicinity of 2, like the one on Highway 90 right there, heading towards
Oh, okay.
Blackland. I've gone there a couple times, but I like to go to the one at Ingram Park Mall. So
Okay. Yeah. So
okay,
Those-
moving.
those are-
Go
oh,
ahead.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say those are all my pickups. I didn't know I was gonna do this. So I didn't really get any picks. Just that one.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. All right, so I realize I'm part of the problem. I wanted to stay away from this line for like ever until like it moved on, but I got suckered in, and I ended up getting my kids. Happy Meals, and they both got the Hello Kitty Yu-Gi-Oh Time Wizard and stuff. And god damn it, man, like these things are just kind of cool. And I got 2 of them now because I traded my son Pokemon cards for his. He goes, I'll give you Pokemon cards if you, right? And my other son just doesn't even care. So I have an extra and I'm trying to trade it, but no one wants to trade. And like everyone's, I'm looking for this one, I'm looking for that one, but I'm not about to go to McDonald's and go buy more Happy Meals. So this might be my only one. So this is the first thing I got this week. But the other thing was I finally found the Austin Theory with the United States Championship. This was a newer figure that just released maybe about like 2 weeks ago or so. And I took this picture with him using the U.S. title. He no longer has it, but he did have it for quite a long time. But I'm about to throw that title on L.A. Knight, which is the current person who holds it. But I think he's the only one I really wanted from that line that just released. And then I found the Phantom for my Ghost. I really enjoy it. It's really cool, but I think I'm gonna ask Zach if he can do a wash on it for me. But it needs a little bit of help. But clicks in just fine and fits really well on the Ghost. But you could see here where it's just like,
Oh, that needs a wash.
You could do that, Sean. Come on, need Zach's help do a
it's
black
so-
wash.
How did they release this? It fucking blows my mind.
Hold
It
on.
blows my mind. How?
But isn't there a big box that has it
Yeah, someone
come
pull
with?
that up.
And does
The
that one have a
Amazon.
wash?
Someone pull up the Amazon one.
I don't give a shit.
Well, the thing is,
This one is fucking goes in it.
Yeah, but that's the clean
somebody
one, man.
designed it this way. What the?
yeah, but
this is
they
fucking ridiculous.
They released the AT-AT with basically no wash, and then in a
Yep.
bigger set, it has a much darker one. So yeah, they're
It's
kind of all over the
fucking
place.
stupid. I'm
Well,
sorry. You're literally buying these separately, and then the one that you buy combined has the wash. They know you're gonna have to buy this one to fit into the one that has the space for it,
He's
that
fired
has
up.
the wash. They designed it this way. Someone had it on the paint table like this, and they're like, "Fuck it." And why though? Like, how much does that cost? 10
It's just
cents?
incompetence.
Not
It's
even
just-
10 cents. A cent to wash
It's not
this?
a conscious choice. I won't believe it. Somebody just called in sick, and the B team just overlooked it, and then it went.
And then
to
the A
production.
team needs to look at it the next day and say, "What the fuck did you do?"
Jesus.
Or they're gonna release one with
Yeah.
the proper panel lining later, and
Mhm.
suckers are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
yeah, well, and that's exactly what happened with, what is it called? The Gauntlet, right? The Bo-Katan ship. They just released another one that has the complete wash. It's gray plastic with a wash, and it looks great. But I was over here, I was like, oh, look, it's Bo-Katan's ship. Let me go ahead and pick it up because it looks cool. And yeah, later they released the other one.
Well, the real suckers are the people who bought the Cartoon Rebels 3 3/4 Phantom, thinking that it would fit on their HasLab Ghost. And when that thing shot up to like $500 for a while, and it's way out of scale. But anyways, yeah, this is cool, man. You
Okay,
can
hold
do a
on.
black wash. Just get some black acrylic and water. You'll be fine. It's no big deal. Q-tips.
All right, so
Oh yeah,
There
it's
it
easy to
is.
do, but the fact you have to. But I
it's
agree
not.
with that. But
It doesn't look like it.
it
has
doesn't
anything
have the
on it.
wash either. Like,
Yeah.
this is lazy.
Doesn't make
It's
any
insane.
sense.
And the Y wings.
Those have
a
washes,
great-
don't they?
But well, yeah, they
yes!
came like that.
My God, this one's battle
for-
damage too. I think has more carbon scoring.
Yeah, it
in
has the beam, like the laser hits and
that carbon scoring on the right looks like a star. It's strange,
Yeah,
but the
that doesn't look like
Oh
an
my God.
effect.
It's not a HasLab.
It didn't
that
look
one's-
like it got hit by a Star Wars.
yeah,
laser,
but goddamn, keep some consistency. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
And
The
you know
one
what?
beside it looked fine. The scorch mark
uh,
beside it looked fine.
It's finally complete-ish, I guess.
I mean,
And-
all you really got to do is get some shoe polish, rub it on there, no wipe off the excess, and you're probably pretty good to go.
yeah, I've never been lucky with that kind of stuff, so I might give it a try. You guys are giving me the
Send
hype,
it to
so.
Zach. Maybe he'll do it.
It literally could not look worse than this, dude.
Dude,
No,
you just
but
get
I wanted
It's so
to
easy to
look
do.
similar to this. I mean, I
That's
could
what
just
I'm
use
saying.
the
Easy.
panel
The
lining.
shoe polish will get all deep in the crevices.
You
I've
literally
done
just
it-
have to let it dribble basically all over it.
And I have. Let me grab one I did, and I'll show you. Hold on.
All right, go for it. I'm gonna move on. The other thing is, so I got into the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon
Oh,
151
boy.
set.
Yeah.
And,
You
and-
too, huh?
Oh, man, you know what though? It's been fun though. It's been
Yeah.
fun. It's been a nice change from doing some of the other stuff. And I went to Heroes and Fantasies and I picked up these 3 cards from them just the other day. So glad to have them because my original pulls, they didn't have anything super crazy. I bought an ETB. I bought whatever the little box set is. I don't know what the little box set is.
What, the
And then
tiny tin cans or the
no,
premiums?
it had like let me see, kind of like
The ultra
kind of look like
premium, the
this. They kind of look
ETB,
like
and
this, and you pull it open like that, right?
okay.
And it had like 5 or 6 packs in it, and there was some okay
Oh,
stuff.
booster bundles, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a guy selling the binder set,
Mm.
so I bought that from him and had some packs in there. So as far as like the commons and the rares go, I'm actually doing pretty well. I just haven't got any of like the crazy stuff like this. So, I bought at price. And of course, I'm a year and a half late on this set, so I'm paying for it and stuff. So, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice little change. I'm happy with it and stuff, and I'm going to attempt to hopefully finish the set.
Zach and I were doing this, or trying to complete our collections right when this came out, and it was a chore. I think he's still looking for the Charizard or something.
Yeah.
But it took a lot of packs, I can tell you that. And
Well,
there's a lot of cards in this set.
Thanks to Rainer, I went to his shop over at Traders Village here in San Antonio, and he hooked me up with the ESB, right? The like the big box set, right? And then one of those booster bundles that you were just talking about,
Yeah.
for a really good price. So
Yeah.
shout out to Rainer and his shop, Rainer's Rarities. Rainer's Rarities.
And if you can ever get the ultra premium collection, I heard, and also anecdotally, I've had 2 of them, and I got my best pulls out of those boxes, but they're pricey.
Are those like the big like rectangle?
That one has Mew on it. It's a big one.
Yeah. Well, and the other one that's hard to get too is that what is it? It has Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur, right? It's like they're like exclusive.
Those little boxes.
No, it's like I guess maybe. I know there's one set that has like those 3 cards in it. Maybe
Yep.
it is that big booster bundle that you were talking about.
It's similar to the binder thing you got. It's a different style of packaging.
What's
But
up,
yeah.
Ben? But anyway, yeah, so I got that, and I'm slowly working on it. Like, I did spend a decent amount of money, nothing super crazy, but and I'm just gonna have fun filling in the commons. And when I stumble across some of the full arts, Heroes has that Poliwhirl for I think it's like $12, but I opted into these 3 instead. But I want to go back over there and pick those ones up. So having fun with this one. And then before we move on, Equan, did you get anything new?
Yeah, I didn't take photos. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, Badfish, anything?
Jeez, actually, I don't.
You didn't hit any shops on the way to vacation? Like,
Hell no. We drove an hour 40 with a kid in the car, so.
Jeez, I remember those days. We
hell
used to
no.
drive to San Marcos, and then he'd throw up, and we had to change him, and then we'd still head that way.
Oh, well, luckily nothing that, but he slept for some of it, but it's like not nearly what he would normally nap, obviously. So he'll be like kind of a bit more fussy, but he's a pretty good kid in general in the car,
That's
so
awesome, man.
I can't really complain.
You know, the one thing that me and my wife were really proud of that we did was once Grayson was born and we were like, okay, it's safe to take him out into the world. We started going to restaurants, and we would stick the car seat or the car seat in the booth, right? And we would just sit there and talk. So he grew up going to restaurants, and now it's one of his most favorite things he likes to do.
Nice.
We have a restaurant here called a BJ's Brew House, right? And he just loves that place. But we've taken him there like ever since he's born. So
Who else loves getting BJ's?
Yeah. Like, who doesn't like to get a BJ? I just got this in. This is that Walmart exclusive Venom.
Ooh, is that the one with the McFarlane head
hold on
sculpt?
one second.
Like the actual.
Maybe.
Oh, that's the good one too.
Yeah, that was. I had to buy it online, and I think when it released, a couple of them were in stock, so I just got like 2 of these. This is I got this in today, but a lot of the stuff I get is like 6 scale stuff. Like I got my like Hot Toys King in, and
Oh, I got
Jeez.
Anakin. Shit, that reminds me.
Oh,
I got
right.
Anakin in.
Mark 6 Mantis and Episode 2 Anakin came in too.
Damn.
Wow.
It was
Let me ask you this: where did you
Expensive
get
thing.
all your Sesame Streets?
Sesame Streets. Oh, you know what? Those I got at Sesame Place, the Sesame
Oh, the actual.
the
That's
They're
park.
actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's like a 30-minute drive.
so funny.
And
Like
my kid loves.
Venom, Ninja Turtles, and your Sesame
I
Street
just
movies.
noticed that. Yeah, that.
To be fair though, at SDCC they had those Sesame Street figures, and they were
Oh, I
pretty
gotta-
cool.
I gotta get those ultimates.
Yeah, those were actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole wall, once my Moji case comes out, that's all gone. And then Moji case goes here and this side here. I have to
What's the
relocate
ETA on that?
that. Probably like 6 months. Around there.
Nice.
I wish they. I really wish they didn't take so long. For how expensive they are, there's no excuse they should take that long.
Oh, I spent like 4,000
Yeah.
for
That's
this
a lot.
whole all these walls. Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be incredible, dude.
Okay, Sean, let me show you this.
Yeah.
All right.
Congrats
This-
on all those pickups, though.
Yeah, way to go,
Thanks.
bud. This is the 2012 Slave One. I'm sure you guys remember how terrible this was.
Yep.
Chris will know for sure.
That's even worse than the 1980 Slave one.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Is this like the one that they did?
It's Force
No,
Awakens time
okay,
period.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember this.
Okay,
one.
so this one is just a wash. And then I did some dry brushing. Zach and I did some dry brushing. But it's literally like
Dang.
That's all it
Damn,
is.
looks like a
Times
pro
better.
did it.
Yeah.
yeah, and then we even like painted the underside.
Dang,
Oh yeah.
that's
I mean, I
nice.
meant to say
This-
though that it's underscaled, but as far as sculpting and proportions, they sort of nailed it on that one. It was just
Yeah.
a bit small. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
like
same as the Django.
Yeah, they have one that is
Yeah,
a
I think
Django.
so. So these are airbrushed by Zach. These are actual, but everything else is just a wash. So like you could literally go from, you know, that shitty white plastic to like a decent-ish look.
That's all it needs too. Is I mean,
It's
that's
just
about it.
You could literally just use shoe polish. I did it on. I have like one of those. I don't know if you guys remember them when Toys R Us was still around. Those like 25-inch tall character figures.
Yeah.
I got
Jack
the Master.
specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack specific. I got the Master Chief, and I just did a black wash, and then I started dry brushing. It looks incredible.
There are videos you can
Believe
do
in
it.
yourself, Sean.
There,
If
there
I
are
could
videos, yeah, you can easily find. Especially for Star Wars vehicles, you could probably find specifically how to do like Star Wars
Yeah.
vehicles.
All right. I might have to do it, and we'll do a little review of it on another show when I can get to it.
There you go.
All right, guys. We have a jam-packed show. Oh, Deanie, switch my screen for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I was like, I'm not even sharing my screen anymore.
We have a jam-packed show, kind of. We're already at 43 minutes. We got some NECA coming up. We got Marvel Legends, and of course that McFarlane Spawn to re-talk about, along with some Hot or Not. But let's just jump right into Mezco. They got one thing this time, the 1/12 Collective Junkyard Joe for $112. This is going to ship in about 8 to 12 weeks. And I'm not going to lie, like, I love the different, like, it's different. You know, they have their own IPs, and they've done certain things. And honestly, I kind of like this one a little bit more than some of the others. Like, what was it? Like Nemo. Nemo was really cool, but there's just something about this guy, a robotic G.I. Joe kind of figure. But he's going to come with several things. Can remove the helmet with his head sculpt. Got some cards, his gun. And, of course, we got plenty of accessories. 9 pairs of hands, the Junkyard Joe base with the helmet, And then he's just gonna come with a whole bunch of crap.
You said plenty of accessories. I was like, that's like hands, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
No,
they
you know,
always
there's
have a
always
page.
another
Okay.
slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I love
So
the
he's gonna have cigarette
cigarettes.
packs. Yep, he's got
love-
cigarette packs.
that's
He's got chocolate bars, tin cups, anything that you need to go to war.
The
playing
card
cards.
holding hand.
Yep.
That's sick.
Mhm.
And his dog tags. Got a couple blades there, 3 grenades, a gun, and some blast
landmine.
effects.
So 1911. It's not
Yeah.
just a gun.
Oh,
45 ACP.
That's an
a
M16, right down there?
That is an M16.
Oh, see, I know
A
stuff.
landmine, an M16, and
The landmine is cool. I like
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
oh, and it's a separate.
get an extra
magazine.
mag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
And
those
then
mags
his
are
harness.
the bane of my existence. Those things slip out like
Yeah.
easily.
Oh,
Just
I
gotta
can
be careful.
imagine.
And
Oh, that
then-
was cool. That pic with him playing, holding the cards. Sorry,
And then
kid, you
I don't know
moving
if I-
on to SH
Oh, I
Figuarts,
hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
we have the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse SH Figuarts Peter B. Parker with Mayday Parker. This was just an announcement, nothing super crazy there, but I think it looks really cool. I'd like to see what the price point is on this, and that soft goods robe, man. I mean, that looks pretty cool.
Bro, I don't know, man. Like, this movie's already so old, and Peter B. Parker was in the movie for all of what?
Oh shit, I still have to see that.
Like 10 minutes, maybe? Like, it was like an afterthought.
Spoilers don't count now.
I was gonna say, what do you mean spoilers? Like, I guess like if there's like a diehard fan out there of these films, like it's a must. But like, I don't know. It's just like, who's this for?
Yeah, I agree. They missed a train because even Marvel Legends is doing a wave on the movie. Like part 2, I'm like, that was last year, guys. Maybe an older. I don't know why. And they also did a PAV too. They're doing all the characters.
I
Oh,
wonder
wow.
if this is like just every company's just trying to hit the things that they know are more likely to sell. Even though you're right, he's not in the movie apparently long, so they know that this figure will probably sell though, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a Spider-Man.
I mean, ish. He's got pajamas on. So
It's yeah, it's,
With the dad socks.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Moving on, we have a Facebook post tease. Say it 3 times.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Really?
coming.
No.
I say
Jeez.
No one
Figuarts
else?
Beetlejuice? I guess.
I wonder if it's
movie
for the first or second one.
The movie has mixed reviews right now, right?
I think
I
it's
think-
doing all right. I think I saw 70-something% this
Oh,
today.
okay. Me and my wife were thinking of seeing it because like we might have time, but
Yeah.
we just
My
to see
my son
a-
was
any
asking about
movie.
it. He's like, "Who's Beetlejuice?" And I'm like, "Let me show you something."
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a classic movie, man. When
Yeah,
I
let
saw
me
it when I
show
was
you.
younger, it's wild. Good stuff.
A hashtag proud dad moment though. I have him singing like Linkin Park in the car, and what is
That's
it?
awesome.
What is it? Check Yes Juliet, and what's the other one?
I thought you were gonna say check yourself for a second.
Yeah.
Should have that one.
No. So moving on, we also have the Tamashii Nations store 1-year anniversary. It starts next month. And to mark the occasion, they have listed some of their limited items from SDCC, like Trunks, Jiren, Gohan, and Goku. You got the Godzilla, and you got Kakashi. These are all going to be available around this weekend, they say, but the release date on them isn't until February. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they're working this, but
Yeah.
and
This
here's
is
a
why-
couple.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is why you don't pay scalper prices for SDCC SH Figuarts. They even have them up on P Bandai still. Same release date
Oh, do
window
they
too.
really?
Yeah. So you can get those there too.
I stopped buying Figuarts because I'm like, they're just gonna re-release it later. And
Yeah.
then,
Recolor.
You have
something.
time.
yeah.
But they're also going to have oh, here it is.
Chickens.
My fault. They got the metal build Evangelion 01 test type and the Soul of Chogokin GX 150G Mangzer, which should be this red Gundam of Wing Gundam Zero.
Yeah.
And then going into Mafex, we have the Mafex Weapon X figure. It's going to stand at 6.3 inches tall. Weapon X includes 3 interchangeable faces and swap out claws. And I remember seeing this in the comics and just not being like super impressed, but I was never like super impressed with any X-Men. But what do you guys think about this? I mean, figure wise.
Where's his hands?
Oh, I got
That's
chopped
part of
off.
the thing. Yeah.
Does
This
it
is-
regenerate? What the fuck?
He's got the
are you
little.
talking about?
I take my
I
good
don't know.
hand.
This is the alternate Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. So everyone has like a different origin. I don't know. I don't remember why he doesn't have that hand.
Okay.
Like even in that Deadpool movie, he didn't have a hand on that side. But every month, Mafex releases 2 pre-orders, and this month it's these 2 Age of Apocalypse ones, which is the '90s book, I think.
Yeah, it's a 90s book.
Yeah.
Oh, well, overly printed. The next one is the Mafex Cyclops. It's also going to be 6.3 inches tall. This is going to include 2 interchangeable portraits, 3 interchangeable glass effects, and different optical blasts with some swap out hands. And I hate this guy even more. Like my Cyclops
yeah.
does not have long luscious Fabio hair. But
Just like Wolverine, he's only got one eye.
Yeah.
yeah.
These designs are so edgy.
I do think this a 4th head sculpt, or the I should say the oh, I thought I showed it. My fault. This one right here is actually really cool with the beam with the cross and the C. I don't know what it's called, but I think that looks really good. But other than that, everything just seems pretty standard. It kind of feels like a weak Mafex, even so much that like when I looked into it, I really couldn't find too much on it. So, I mean, there's those Age of Apocalypse fans, but
I was gonna say someone out there is celebrating.
yeah, good for them.
Not me. Yeah.
And here they are fighting together. It looks cool. I mean, if you bought the set, but for $112 probably ish, somewhere around there. You know, I don't know if I'd.
Yeah, no.
You gotta be a super fan. For sure.
Badfish, knock us out on some NECA.
Hell yeah. So I've been these are actually, I have these in the comic form. These are the TMNT NECA Triceratons. These are the Gladiator versions. This is from the Mirage comic as well, versus the cartoon ones that I have. So these are kind of cool looking with they haven't given a price. It's going to have interchangeable heads though, apparently. Multiple accessories, looks like different swords. You saw like the, what are they, nunchucks there? And yeah, so it's pretty cool. The price on this, oh, one of those, yeah, the throwing, what is that thing with the dart? Is that a dart? The one he has there, and then he's got like the on the left, the dart with the chain. I forget what those things are called. And then he's got kind of like a big spear with a big blunt end. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It will start a little pricey possibly because these kind of
Is it called a sickle?
run a little hotter. I'm not sure. It
No,
might be
the
a dart
longer
and
version is
sickle.
called a sickle, right? Or no,
Yeah, it
sickle's
might be
like a curved.
But yeah, pretty cool accessories. I don't know what this is from in the comics, so I guess there were Gladiator versions of these. I only know them again from the cartoon because that's what I grew up with. So
Yeah. I mean, this is like
You
a
know
variant
what?
of about what, the figure?
yeah, do you know if the Mirage comic version?
Oh yeah, these are
or
Mirage, yeah. Yeah,
'cause
they
I
already
never got into
released
the
a
comics.
regular version, clothed, without the panties. and it has guns instead of swords.
Yeah,
It was like $40. I remember I saw this at Target. It's like $40. These things are
Okay, it's not
huge. These are
terrible.
massive. These are probably like 9 inches tall, pretty girthy. Yeah.
Yeah, even the cartoon ones are big. But yeah, I do remember now the other ones with the guns from the Mirage ones. But the Mirage ones are just a bit more of a dark wash on them. And they're a bit more realistic looking, I guess, almost in a way. But
Yeah,
don't
they
know,
have a specific look. They all look like they have
Yeah.
this style.
I like it. I've been so close to getting some of them, but I haven't gotten any of the Mirage ones yet.
I can't. There's too many turtle stuff, man.
Exactly, you can't. This is Return of the Living Dead. This is really interesting. Trash and Suicide. It's based on the original poster art or movie poster. They're going to be a 2-pack at $74.99 in January of next year, 2025. From the 1985 comedy horror movie Return of the Living Dead, and it comes with cloth goods. I believe the chain is possibly actually metal. He's got the spray paint can. Look at that mohawk. I had to get the side shot because you don't see it in the other shots. But I don't know about his leather jacket. It just says that it's tailored fabric. But
Yeah, I don't
it's
like.
cool.
It's. I mean, it's an iconic poster. I guess that looks a bit like Suicide. We're probably flagging this stream just saying that. But yeah, that's not Trash, man. Trash does not look anything like that. They're just glomming onto character names, man.
See, I was gonna get the picture to compare, but I forgot to. So
Yeah, I mean, Trash has a very distinct character design. That ain't it. But though it does look like the poster though. That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then this one, I thought was just kind of I haven't seen this movie in years. This is Ash,
Evil Dead.
Ash and Cheryl. Is it? Yeah, Evil Dead. Sorry, I wasn't sure if there's the other one, but
He's got
the
his hand.
original
Yeah.
Evil Dead that's began the series, but basically it's the 1981 version, and it's the first time they've done him, I believe. But the blood effects on him are freaking awesome. Like, look at that. Look at this here. They really did a good job. If they come out like that, and this is coming out, I think, also January 2025. Yeah, and that's $69, or basically $70.
I think
Yeah.
they did him for the TV show, the more recent TV
Yep.
show, but not any of the other movies, if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
I remember seeing the
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 version
Okay.
at Target, but I don't remember if they ever did an Evil Dead 1. So that might be new.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, for the first time. Now, it might be his sister Cheryl for the first time, but it says Ash Williams and his possessed sister for the first time. But yeah, it comes with chainsaw, shovel, axe, extra hands, the extra sculpt. I love the look there on the way he's digging the grave. The sculpt's pretty good. The cross for the grave, the Necronomicon. What is that? The fire poker. And she gets 3 sculpts where her head decays throughout the movie. So it's
nice.
pretty badass set for $70.
That's
I'm
the
yeah,
Necronomicon?
that's what it says. It should be.
Maybe it's
What?
open.
Pages
Oh,
from it.
Pages, yeah.
from.
Okay.
My apologies.
I was like, it has like a very distinct cover. I was like, that doesn't look like a bug.
Yeah, you're right. The cover is very distinct. I haven't seen this movie in a while, but
Yeah, I think-
should rewatch it.
Yeah, I think there are some ripped out pages at one part of the first movie.
So Jason
Yeah.
Nelson says there's at least 3 Ashes I have. No clue which movie they're from though.
Those
There's
movies
no ar-
meld together for me, man. That's
Yeah.
why
Well-
they really
Well-
do.
There's
Just
no
look at
Army
his
of
hand.
Darkness for sure. It's one of the it's like their old Terminator movies where they were all produced by different studios. So like licensing is kind of a nightmare for a company like this because they have to. Dino De Laurentiis owns an Army of Darkness. So like if you watch the Ash versus the Evil Dead TV show, they're not allowed to acknowledge any of the events of Army of Darkness.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah, but they made
Well-
that whole show.
I was gonna say the first movie, because all the other ones are like pseudo comedy, like they don't take themselves very seriously. The first movie is not like that because they had no real. their intention was to make a horror movie, so it's not lighthearted at all, and it does take itself very seriously. But it's so campy that people were like, "This is cheesy and kind of stupid," but we love it. And then they just leaned into it. They were like, "Hey, fuck it! Like people like this, we'll just lean into it," and it's taken on a whole life of its own. So I do like seeing the first movie get love because it is so different than the other ones. But I've always liked Ash. She's such a cool character.
All right, guys, we are here at 1 hour. Thank you for watching live. Thank you, however you might be catching up with us. Equan, this is your time to shine, but I would like Badfish. Could you please just give us a rundown on the Spawn figure? Give us some of the specs, and then we're gonna let Equan go at it.
I'm not going to go back into the specs of everything again because we kind of hit some of it. Basically, he's got a lot of the complaints is that it's kind of a basic figure. So
Well,
it's
what
got
are you talking about?
we're talking about the Medieval Spawn Kickstarter. We kind of got bamboozled. I believe the whole community did. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of complaints about this, and shout out to Articulated Ninja Reviews. If you want to watch his video on this, did McFarlane just rip everyone off? And he gets into the weeds on it, and he really makes some great points, things that we maybe weren't aware of. But there's a lot of problems with this, so I'll name some of them. One, he owns all the IP, and so not like a Star Wars HasLab. He's crowdfunding a figure, not like a playset or vehicle or anything like that. A figure with magnets. It's comparable in sculpt and detail. It has to their standard releases. Because if you look at a Spawn figure on the shelf, it has tons of detail, tons of paint. Like, it might be a little better. People are saying this one has a bit more sculpt and a bit more paint. There's no wired cape or cloth cape. Is that correct, Econ?
No, just sculpted cape.
Yeah, so that's another big.
Which is funny because they
Sorry,
just
go ahead.
released something on pre-order with a cloth cape, which is duty spawns. So nice job.
No real chains. The last crowdfund had one. That's another complaint. Maybe 2 to 4 additional articulation points. So no real articulation updates. No light features, glow in the dark or anything. He mentioned doing a metal sword. That's not there. He mentioned that in the past. Only a few accessories with the base option. So now you see it has the skulls and stuff have been unlocked. But before it was only the sword and the shield. That's all you got. And the comic cover. So that's what now the real problem is wording with the accessories. So if you have you restarted the slides, Sean? I needed you to restart them because I added a slide that's very important.
Okay, gotcha.
But if you can stop and restart. But basically, I'll read his quote. This is exactly what he says during the stream explaining it. And it's very misleading. He says, if we reach our goal, then you're possibly going to get all of these accessories in your box with no additional cost. So he says you're going to, then he says you're possibly going to, and quickly changes. And a lot of people's understanding was when they backed it, and when we talked about it last show, was if you scroll down to the bottom of the slides, these 14 accessories, we were talking about them like, oh, that's a pretty great deal. These are all included. That's not even close to true. People are saying he possibly backtracked because it funded so quickly. The 100K hit in 2 minutes that he then wanted to make these larger stretch goals. So even now, the Toy Arc, which we're getting a lot of this news from, doesn't, and also our friend here, Articulated Ninja Reviews, but basically, the community still doesn't even know. They haven't even told everyone how often they're doing these unlocks. They believe it's every 250K, but it hasn't really been officially said. But at this point, this is what is actually unlocked. In the hamburger head was unlocked on the 2nd of September, it looks like, including a Spawn logo stand, but possibly with 2 pegs instead of 1, which is like, okay, that's part of an unlock, sure. But
Penny
250,000 now for each of these unlock sets. So
Mhm.
that's how it's actually working, and the estimate is 3 to 3.5 million to actually get all of them at this point. So it just seems very misleading the way it all went, and sorry, Equan.
Oh, can read Jason's comment first.
So Jason Nelson, part of that bamboozle is they, within the past 2 weeks, re-released the first one to Walmart again, which is fine enough figure to not need this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so it's weird. They've already they already released a Medieval Spawn before without a Kickstarter, just like all their other spawns. Even their what is it, the Western Spawn and all those with the horses and everything.
Yeah,
A
people were
horse would have been
comparing
nice
that.
for this one because I mean he's a knight basically, so a horse would work well with a nice big cloth cape that you could articulate. But again, he needs to reach.
Oh,
Did he freeze?
Uh-oh,
did we lose him?
we lost him.
I think we did.
Censored. my
Oh, sorry.
God.
Todd got me. No, sorry. My
Todd.
internet's going in and out
My
today for
father.
some reason. But basically, he needs to double because he's at 1.6 right now. He basically needs to double that to essentially unlock all the accessories. And I mean, these are some
Great point.
big accessories that needs to be unlocked. Like the mace is pretty big for a knight, and the large axe. I mean, these are some, I think, essential accessories for a medieval spawn.
Okay, so I have a question then. So you are saying like he needs to double this, right? Wherever it's at now, he needs to double it. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
If we
yeah.
follow the 250 mark that he hasn't said, but that's the pattern.
So here's my question then. If there's already a medieval spawn, right? And Jason Nelson was kind of talking about it. This isn't really that much of an exclusive figure if we're having to get to 500K for a Kickstarter.
Right.
So like
That's the thing.
if,
That was
and Dean, this is where I'll align with you. Like I don't always agree with what you have to say about the HasLabs, but HasLab is not even getting anywhere close to 250K.
yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
so the there's already a medieval spawn. It doesn't look anything like this, but it is a medieval spawn that was released for $20. This thing off the rip is $60.
There's that
Right.
too. We have not talked about that.
Oh yes.
So it was like, okay, well, what justifies the $60? Doesn't have a cloth good cape. Doesn't really have any articulated improvements at all. The whole thing was all these accessories that you're getting with this character, and it has fucking magnets. Thanks. Like, magnets is really not that big a fucking deal. So that was the pull. Like, hey, it's got a little bit of paint apps. It's an exclusive design for the character, which also is very not good. It's a medieval spawn, but some of his armor looks more like samurai armor. One of the helmets is a fucking Spartan helmet. None of that is medieval,
No.
right? In terms of, like a Western medieval, when you hear of a knight, you don't think of a samurai, right? So, but that's neither here nor there. It's just me nitpicking. But it was like, look at all these accessories you get for backing this product, paying more for it, and then immediately, oh fuck, we made that money too fast. Let's fucking string these assholes along. There are fucking pay pigs. They're gonna do whatever the fuck we say. Now they're stretch goals. Badfish mentioned at the beginning, one of the stretch goals was a sheath for
Yes.
the goddamn
Yeah.
fucking
Fucking
sword he comes with.
sheath.
The sheath for the sword that's included off the rip is a
It's not
stretch
even
goal.
here. It's not even listed there, Sean. That's they hid it.
Ugh.
And none of this is explained up front like a HasLab. At least the HasLab, they at least say they almost always show
If you get here,
the
you're
unlocks,
getting
right?
this.
They announce it with all the tiers, right?
Right.
Has
So,
there been? I can't remember. Has there been a HasLab where one it funded so quickly that we needed more? Was it Galactus or was it like one of the Joes? I thought there was one.
They added a couple tiers to the Razor Crest just because it like
Yeah,
tripled.
that's what I was
Razor
gonna
Crest.
say. I was gonna say the Razor Crest, but they added them later because it was so popular.
Because this isn't even a reward system. It's more of like, oh,
a carrot.
We got caught with our
undersold
pants
ourselves.
down.
Yeah.
We undersold ourselves. Let's spread this out where it's like, I guess in the one instance that HasLab did what they did with the Razor Crest, they're like, holy shit, you guys are amazing. Let's figure something else out.
And it's
Yeah,
go ahead, Equal.
it's like I'm gonna do a weird analogy. It's basically like giving your dog a doggy treat, but breaking it up into tiny little crumbs for each little thing he does.
Because it's more.
Yeah,
That's a great analogy, by
It's
the way.
insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
Steals
it's
that
like
from something.
If this was $60 and it came with all this stuff like he kind of initially suggested, and it funded so fast, then it'd be like, you know what? You guys fucking smashed that goal. Now we're gonna include a horse, but instead of 250K, maybe it was, I don't know, 300 or something.
Now we're
Yeah.
going
So it's
to
like,
include
okay.
something that he's kicking its ass or something like that.
Right. Or like, damn, you guys
Blood
fucking
effects.
yeah, blood effects, or we're gonna redo the cape now because you funded this so
'Cause
fast.
Screw a solid cape.
yeah.
You deserve cloth.
But like this is a little nefarious because, and he has it in the wording, says production on these figures has already started. Like before all this happened, they're
Then
already
it should
making
not
this
be a
thing.
Kickstarter then.
That's goes against what a
Oh,
Kickstarter is.
damn,
And it says
I
these
didn't
are going to
know
be
that.
released before Christmas. So that means they're already well into
He's a bit
production,
in
for this
production for a
stuff.
while.
Yeah, so
If you're at at least 250K,
Holy fuck, that's
Like,
really bad.
so he wants to squeeze a little extra milk out of that teat. And
Yeah, 'cause-
man,
When the initial Kickstarter Spawn came out, I got it because we didn't have that classic looking Spawn that had a bunch of articulation on it yet. I think the Mortal Kombat one was just about to come out or something, and it's more of a modern design of Spawn. I wanted the one that looked, like the old comic suit, and I was like, well, it's articulated, and then it is, but it isn't because it's like pre-posed, and the articulation goes with it. But I was like, it's unique. It's not something we have really seen in a while, and I got kind of suckered into it. This one, I was really not paying any attention to it because I was like, well, there's already a Medieval Spawn, whatever. But then Badfish was like, dude, you have to watch this video from Articulated Ninja. And I watched it. I was like, this is so fucking egregious. Like, it's almost so evil that I want to buy it so everyone gets the shit they were promised. Does that make sense?
Oh shit.
It's like I'm almost like dooming the collector community not buying it because it's like you guys were promised one thing and this asshole. It's like if someone breaks into your car and people start a GoFundMe for you. It's not their fucking fault that you got your car broken into, but they feel so bad they want to help you out. That's how I feel. I'm like,
think
fuck,
we'll
should
get
I
there.
buy this?
Oh my god.
I think it's gonna end up okay. I think it's gonna because the ramifications of the bad press are so high for a few weapon accessories. I think it's gonna end up there.
I
Yeah,
just can't
I mean-
imagine.
let's speculate a little bit here.
Bad press
See, I
is still
meant to
good
ch-
press.
What
I
are
guess.
they? What are they funding? What are they trying to fund? Do you think there's another project back here, or you think it's just payday?
No, it's just greed. It's greed.
He needs
You
a
know
second LA mansion.
sucks?
FYI, 210 for the 3-pack here, so it's then 70 a figure at
Yeah.
that point.
It's 83 for a single figure.
Yeah, and what the fuck are you gonna do with that gray one? For real? 95% of people that's gonna sit in the box and it's not gonna, that is the like biggest cash grab. Let's just not paint this thing and put the prototype out,
Ooh,
and
it's a
here's charge another
prototype.
$70.
You know what I hate about it the most? I
Fuck.
think it looks pretty fucking
The name-
cool.
It's fucking.
does look
It
really
does look cool.
I like it a
That's why we
lot, but
liked
I'm
it.
like,
I love this
fuck
art
you,
helmet.
The Roman helmet, like that's the best part. But
And the mummy face, like that's my who's it, Imhotep. You know, put it on a mummy and you got yourself an Imhotep right there.
that's a bonus accessory you just got unlocked there. Lucky you.
I mean,
dude,
it's a whole 180 if they just threw everything, all the accessories in off the rip.
bro, if they
and
did
it's
that,
like-
I'd go. I'd do it live. I'd fucking pre-order it live
Yeah.
if they were like, you know what, we fucked up. Our bad.
Yeah, I agree. They
Especially if it's already in production, you know that all the weapons are too.
Yeah, they made them.
and the same point we make with Hasbro. Yeah, that's the same point we make with Hasbro as well. They're one of the biggest companies. Like, they're a huge company. They're a massive company. McFarlane is one of the biggest toy companies in America.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But I mean, Equan, you said it a second ago, which I've really never even taken into consideration. Hasbro doesn't own Star Wars. Fucking
Yeah,
Todd McFarlane owns Spawn.
Owns
Who,
Spawn.
he doesn't. He's not paying anybody to do this shit.
You
Yeah.
know, I listened to this podcaster. His name's Tim Ferriss, and his job is to dissect like really smart and like interesting people and find the tricks and the tips and all that kind of stuff to help you do the same, right? And he had Todd McFarlane on there, and I was listening to him, and I was like, fuck, Todd, like you're an amazing person, like all this stuff. And then he started talking about his time at Marvel versus his time just doing Spawn and, you know, getting Jim Lee on it and like all that kind of crap. And I was like, God damn, that's an interesting story. Like, you know, I'm glad he separated. And then something like this happens, and I'm like, I thought you were for the people.
He was also ruthless back then, I've heard. So I
Oh
mean,
man, you need to listen to
Hasn't
this.
stopped, I
Badfish,
guess.
I thought about you the whole time I was listening to this interview.
Thank you.
Tim Ferriss, Todd McFarlane, you need to listen to it. It's amazing.
You know what though? I recently started watching the HBO cartoon from like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And Todd does little intros at the start of each episode, and it's goddamn fantastic. Like, you're not gonna lie, like, you know what? I mean, like, there's a reason he got where he is, man.
and he's
That's
a Canadian.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's also 13 days left. Just sorry, meant to mention that.
So
Bro.
13 days, and we're at where again?
1.6 million.
can you imagine they made all this and then it didn't reach all the tiers? So there's a little slot for the large axe. They just take that out. There you have like an empty slot right there.
Oh, you
That'd
know
be
the
hilarious.
fucking
Wish you
clamshell's
could
already
do
ready to go.
They just took it
God.
out.
Oh,
Bro,
my
the
God.
fucking I don't know what's more egregious, the fucking sheets or two hands.
So they must have planned the packaging then as well for all this too at this point. Because if they're in production, that means someone has gone through and made the
that means
packaging.
a set of these figures
Yeah.
are already getting placed in the clamshells.
Maybe not, but
They'll probably go to his employees when it doesn't reach all the fucking stretch goals. Like, "You have all Stretch
1.25
goals."
million classic forearm pad 1.
yeah. So that's
Yeah,
The fuck is
Dude,
that
a
little
pad.
fucking
little thing right there.
necklace. Oh, my
250K
God.
for basically each of these.
large shield? 1,500,000.
Yeah, and the hamburger head, I don't know why it was unlocked, but we only hit 1.6 and it got unlocked. So maybe it was 100,000 this time. So they don't really know at this point.
Yeah.
So the
Or maybe
hamburger
the-
head, I don't.
Maybe
have a
all the
number on.
fucking backlash are like, fuck it, let's lower
Maybe.
the-
Slow it down, or they see it slowing down. They're like, we'll just now win 50,000. Like, either way, it is. They really did pull the wool over the community's eyes. I feel like with this one, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think of it being 60 off the rip, and it's just the figure they're crowdfunding. It's kind of fucking weird when you see HasLabs or like the other crowdfunding projects that are successful or people want, because there are failed ones that like the T-Rex with the gate,
Oh,
the Jurassic
right,
Park
yeah.
gate, that failed.
Also,
'Cause-
that's not a mace. That's a flail.
That is true. That is true. For chain.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I was on the.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna lie. I love it for the hamburger head and the Spartan helmet. I think those look legit.
I
Give me a
forget
good
how you
weapon,
even get
give me
the
a good-
Spartan helmet. I think you
Give
have
me
to
a
order
good
the blue one.
shield.
I want the blue one because that's like the classic look.
Yeah, the blue one comes with the Roman helmet.
Yeah.
So if you go to the helmet list there, I think it says it. Yeah, see.
Mhm.
Right there.
It also comes, I guess, with the blue and black. Or sorry, the black one. Sorry.
It does, yeah.
So you also get the hamburger head and the Roman mouth. So you'd want the black one, Sean. But don't fucking pay this guy.
Not for $60. I'm not paying shit for that.
Oh, 60. No,
210 maybe.
82.
Oh,
82.
82. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I guess with tax then.
Tax
Shipping is
shipping.
25 and then tax on top of that.
It's the same issue that I was
damn,
talking to
25
Badfish
for
about
shipping.
How?
with the Mythic Legions. With the
25
Cosmic
to ship it?
Legions.
Yeah,
a
and it's
lot.
40 for the 3-pack, and if you add the 3-pack and the single pack, it's they don't combine it, so it's what 65 for shipping.
What? Really?
Yeah, if you buy the
Oh
3-pack and the single
Get
pack.
fucked. That's so stupid.
That,
Yo. It keeps
That's
getting
crazy.
worse. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure they're not paying that much to ship it, but okay.
There's no fucking way.
It's like that
Oh
person on
my
eBay who puts the
God.
shipping up like
I-
really, really high to make.
Oh, it's a
to
$5
make the
item, but
original
shipping
price.
for 40.
Exactly. Yep.
bro, I've
Fuck
shipped
you.
a fucking quarter scale statue from Japan for less than that. For less than $25.
Ooh,
That
Canada,
is
get wrecked. Shipping
Heinous.
41.
Yeah, fuck you. Fucking, that's a hot toy shipping. I pay less to ship a hot toy from Sideshow.
Dang.
But
And then I'd probably get hit with the import taxes on that
Oh,
shit
probably,
too. God
yeah.
damn.
It's all without tax.
Fuck that. That's insane. Yeah. Todd, you need to make this right, but I doubt he will because he's already got his bag and laughing. So.
Yep.
God damn, you hate to see it. Every HasLab we have ever seen is amazing, including the Cookie Monster.
Well, let's calm down here.
yeah,
You're forgetting
kidding.
about
You have
Reva's
the one
lightsaber.
guy.
I was
You have
gonna
the
say,
one
don't
guy.
forget
Not-
Reva's
not the
lightsaber.
Black
I
Series.
didn't- No, I just said that just because. But fuck, that's
Well, again, I always say like there are HasLabs that make sense.
I think
Right.
I feel like there
Name
are
your top
for
one
sure.
then.
Yeah,
Name your top one.
sail barge.
He has one.
Yeah.
No.
Mine is
I own them.
Cookie
but-
Monster because of that.
Well, I was gonna say because it's like it's a niche product, right? It's like maybe not a whole lot of people want it, but the people who do are gonna fund it.
So
but
the
a
method of
fucking
getting it
Razor
sucks.
Crest,
The method of getting it sucks, but it's a one of a kind product.
right? But something like the Razor Crest, where it's like everybody and their mother wants one of these. Why is it? Why are you holding it hostage? What
And
are
it
you
probably
doing?
would have been as detailed.
Sure,
probably
and I'm
would've
sure
been
we're gonna
just
get a
as good.
fucking regular release of it someday.
Well,
but it's like,
they don't really do those vehicles anymore. But you know, what's
What do you
the
mean?
what's the
they came out with
main?
the Falcon?
That was like 5 years ago at this point. But yeah, I
They
don't know.
just came out with that weird X-wing looking thing.
Ewing.
I
The
know it's
E-wing,
smaller,
that- yeah.
but-
E-wing.
The E-wings, that's probably the only. Yeah, I think you have that, and then you have
Oh.
Mandalorian Starfighter, and that's about it for the last few
They
years.
reissued the X-wing like
Yeah,
this
they
week.
just reissued the X-wing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
talk about that.
15
I think,
years old.
next week.
Yeah.
Because like, just yeah.
Yeah, they
but,
gotta reuse the molds. That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll probably get a dumbed down version of the Razor Crest at some point. But like, again, some of the products are like, these should just be wide releases. Everybody wants these things. What are you doing?
Well, you know, they still had the like crappy 3 3/4 line around for Rogue One, and like, I forget what's the name of that Rogue One, like the main ship in Rogue
the
One, the
U-wing.
U-wing. Yeah, I would love like a real version of that because the 5 POA version pretty much
Fucking
sucks and has like a
sucks.
Nerf gun in it.
Yeah.
Although, if one of those shoe polish black washes on it, Sean, it would look pretty good. But it's still underscaled though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way underscaled. Yeah, I would love I'd probably fucking buy a HasLab if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Alright, guys.
okay, that's interesting.
We are at an hour and 25 right about. And I want to hear what you guys have to think. You know, the chat, if you're listening later, tell us what you think about the spawn. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Smash that like button.
You know,
and I also want to know, what's your favorite crowdfunding style figure?
we need to do
Is
a
it
tier
HasLab?
list.
Yes, we do.
We need to
Is it a
tier list
HasLab?
all
Is
the
it a Kickstarter?
crowdfunds.
What is it? So throw that in the comments as well.
That's going to be a segment.
That should be a segment.
It's going to be.
Alright.
I'm writing it down right now on our idea
We
sheet.
are going to jump into Marvel Legends. We only got one, and we kind of trashed on the it's about fucking time kind of thing. But we have the Marvel Legends Outriders action figures. This is going to be $60, $59.99. It's due out November 1st, shipping date on Hasbro Pulse. And I'm biased on this, but I'm buying them regardless. I have been waiting for this figure ever since Infinity War. It's been years, and I've been waiting for the figure even longer, it seems, since in-game, and it's been a thing for longer than that. These Outriders are the last thing that I need for my in-game display. I got my heroes back here. You can kind of see some of them, right over here. So the final
right
battle
before you
charge.
can sell it all for Disney.
That's right. And I have my black order right here. I need 4 of these guys. I already told my wife this is what I want for our anniversary.
I think you should get way more than 4.
I mean,
That's incredible.
Yeah, minimum 4. I mean, if you're really doing it the right way, like I get the whole fucking battle scene.
That's what I'm saying. You have
Like,
the
I have
whole
the whole
thing.
charge.
You
What would I be
need-
doing to Thanos? One of my favorite characters, like arguably top 3 of my favorite characters ever. You know, by only giving him 4 Outriders, and I cannot wait for these things. It's been a long time coming. I've been saying this since like Power Rangers are doing every variation of Power Rangers, that you just need to throw these in those little what are they called, the Hydra Soldier boxes, plain white box with just like the sketch art on it or whatever, and throw these guys in there so that you could army build this motherfucker. But no, you put them in a 2-pack for $60, $30 a figure. So I don't know. It's going to come with an extra head sculpt. You get one with like the X style head sculpt, and then or like the ears, and then you get an extra one of just like the screaming ears back, if you will, head sculpt. But it's going to have 4 arms. It looks amazing. I cannot wait for this. I cannot
Does it show how
wait.
tall they are next to a regular figure?
Let me tell you real quick. Let me see if it has the specs. On
Yeah,
this
they've
real
got to be a bit bigger, right, with that extra.
Oh, I hope they need to be bigger. I mean, these guys were monsters. They were towering over.
Well, it's that
Caps.
it's got that extra body,
the
right?
arm.
You can see where the normal body would end.
It's like double torso there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It might be a spoof off of the that Spider-Man. Which one was that? The
Oh,
They've
the
had-
forearm
no,
one.
That
Yeah.
one's way
Man
smaller.
Spider.
Yeah,
Man Spider. I'm not seeing.
This
any
looks
kind of
bigger.
Size.
it's pretty badass. To be honest,
Let me see what does this say.
they don't say on Toy Art.
No, I'm looking on Hasbro Pulse.
I'm guessing it's
Oh,
probably
6
like
inches tall.
oh
Oh,
that's
It's
what?
an, oh, I'm sorry.
What?
It's
6-inch
a-
scale.
No, it
That's what
says
you're seeing, probably.
comes in at an impressive 6 inches tall
I
That
mean,
can't
on
be
Hasbro
right.
Pulse.
6
That's
inches is
exactly-
impressive, but not for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, on BBTS it says 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
And
it
then
can't-
this says
can see the
20 points of
body.
articulation.
That's just because of the extra arms.
Oh yeah, yeah. More than as many as Todd's. I don't know. How many was Todd's? How many did you say?
You
26.
got 4. You got 4 per arm, and they added 2 arms, so that jacks it up pretty easily.
I think you said 26, right? Todd's was 32. I know that. That I remembered.
On
It is a
BBT
contest.
On BBTS it just says multiple points of articulation.
I hate to see it. But yeah,
Yeah,
these
Wish
are
I
cool.
hate you.
On BBTS, they're 60. That's crazy. It's $30 a figure. These, I mean, they don't have swap out hands. Like, I don't know. These, I mean, I guess that's the normal price for Legends now. Is 30.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Damn, that's gonna be Canadian. Jeez, that's gonna be like an $80.
That sucks.
These guys are
doesn't
just like
even-
putties, man. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, I
really
was gonna
are.
say the nice thing is
It's cool to have enemies.
if you get your additional ones, right, Sean? You know, 1 or 2 boxes, right? You get 4 of them. In you know, just a matter of months, you'll be able to buy these at swap meets solo.
Buy
for
it
20
loose.
Oh,
That's
solo, yeah.
exactly what I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say.
support the original release, and I'm gonna bank on these being at flea markets and swap meets and.
Maybe you'll
That's
find
why
them
he's
all
only getting
these-
4.
What was that, Chris?
That's why he's only getting 4. They're $30 a
Yeah.
piece American. Madness.
You think they'll hit Ollie's Econ?
It's possible. Depends if this is a. Yeah,
I wouldn't
maybe.
wait that long. I've been waiting for this thing forever, and I'm not gonna wait that much longer for it to hit
What's
all
another
this.
year, eh? You've been waiting 5 years.
Fuck no, dude.
Do Marvel Legends go there a lot?
Yeah.
I-
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
Dude,
just
watch
saw all
all
those-
these hauls on YouTube. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. See, I'm
I
just
just saw-
jealous. I can't watch them.
All those Avengers 60th whatever anniversaries, like the Hulk, the Hawkeye,
Mhm.
you know, all those
The
ones.
carded ones, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I'm always jealous of seeing anything you guys post from Ollie's, and you're like, "Oh, it's $5." I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
The other thing is, as
So
they
awesome.
advertise,
cool.
like, oh, we're going back to clamshells and the windows and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they were throwing in this box in there. It's a 2-pack
Yeah.
for.
I just got my a Marvel Legends 2-pack Sentinels, and it came in that exact box.
Yep.
Oh,
But-
really?
Inside
Expect
is
the head
plastic.
to be missing, something to be missing.
I just realized it's in a plastic clamshell inside, so I don't know
And
why they
this is
did
a
that.
Pulse only.
I don't believe it's pulse only.
No, it's on BBTS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
Yeah.
they do that all the time, actually.
It's like a fan
Yeah.
channel, so all
It might be
those
fan channels.
e-retailers.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is a buy for me.
I think. you might be
Anyway,
the only
guys,
one.
that was the one Marvel Legends we have, and let's jump into some hot or not. Right at an hour 32, and the first thing we got are the Marvel Legends Outriders. I'm saying flaming hot.
I sense bias.
I
I
have
don't know
not.
what that means.
I don't know this movie, so I'm going not. LOL.
It's okay. My flaming hot takes 5 votes. So okay.
All right, that's the show.
Anybody else?
The price is the only thing that makes teeters me. But if they are 30 a pop at this point, anyways, I can't. knock it
In
too
all
much.
reality,
I like
though,
these
At
sorts of
30 a
army
piece
builder
with
enemies.
an extra head sculpt. I mean, even the Iron Man comes with blasters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I'm just going hot though because I always like these army building enemies. If you don't always see the enemies, and it's kind of fun to have the heroes fighting something.
Yeah, they're also like kind of nondescript, so you could futz them into like almost any display, right? If you had
Yeah.
Cosmic
They
Legions,
could be a big bad, like a
or
brute
even-
somewhere else.
Yeah, Mythic Legions or
Yeah, they could just be an
something.
alien. Yeah.
But I always felt the same way I did about the Chitauri. It was like
Yeah.
just kind of fodder. Like they're not really. They're
And
just
even then-
nondescript bad guys. So it's like
And then
I
even
guess.
though the Chitauri only had a Diamond Gallery release.
yeah.
You know, they didn't have a Marvel Legends release, I don't think.
Oh,
I don't think they did. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I don't think they did. Yeah,
But I'm saying lukewarm.
what's below lukewarm? Cold.
Cold. Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I think that like
Ice cold.
I don't even dabble in MCU's Marvel Legends. That's like Hot Toys stuff for me. Yeah, even if they made a Hot Toys of this, probably not
so
because they
listen,
did.
I've gotten shit for this before, but I've always said that when it comes out with like a 12 scale version, the 6 scale comes close after. I mean, they're all up in the Marvel Saga stuff, you know, like trying to bring it back. I don't know if they're trying to grab the people who don't like the new versions of the Marvel movies, which I'll be honest, I have not seen many of them, only a couple of them. I'm super behind, but I would not be surprised if this came out in 6 scale.
It's kind of like that with the Star Wars stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah, they kind of seem to release the licenses in batches like that, right? It's kind of let's shop it out to everyone. I don't know if it will come at 6 scale. I don't think these would be popular enough at 6 scale, but
Bro, those Chitaris sat on Sideshow's shelf for like, when did the first Avengers come out? Like, it was like almost 10 years.
What was
They
it?
finally sold out.
2014 is my guess.
Was it 2014?
That's
12.
my guess.
12. That's what I thought was
Wow.
12.
12 years. That's scary.
All right, guys. Moving on, we have the Mafex Age of Apocalypse, Cyclops, and Wolverine. I'm going a big fat nod on this. I don't think for what normally Mafex prices their stuff, and with what little both of these figures come with, like Dean said, I think it's going to be a nice hoorah for those people who are like, finally, Age of Apocalypse, just like I was for the Outriders, but definitely not my cup of tea.
I'm going hot just because I like the designs, and it looks like his luxurious long hair is blocking his laser eyes, so that's pretty cool. And they're like each other's accessory. That's why they don't come with a lot of stuff. It's so you can do this. Hot for me.
It's definitely, I don't know. I think the designs are cool as well, but it's just not like, it's not tickling the, it's not getting the engine going.
Choose your
I don't
words
know.
wisely.
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful here. It's not getting the engine revving. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's not cupping the balls.
Yeah. There's no
Although not needed, right?
there's no caress, no
Okay, next
sensual.
person, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna say hot. No, not.
Yeah, I think Mafex is too expensive to even be remotely excited about these. I'm going not.
Equan, what do you
Yeah,
think?
definitely. That's not either. I mean, if you get these two, you must be a huge AOA fan, and then you're probably to get all the rest of the X-Men AOA. But if you're going to do that, you're probably already getting the regular X-Men squad anyway. So that's a lot of money, man. That's not no. Screams 90s, very 90s.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
like
Last one we have is the let me get the exact name. I forgot it already. The
Junkyard Joe.
Junkyard Joe. I'm going hot on this. I love something different, and this just feels different to me. It does give me vibes of that new movie that's coming out with the robot who lives out in the woods. Have you guys seen that trailer, that preview? No.
Yeah, he like raises animals or something.
Yeah,
It looks
and then,
cool.
like, he goes off and he
So it's like
starts
a
to learn
Pixar
emotion and
movie?
stuff.
No, it's like one of those non-Pixar movies. I
Yeah.
don't know, DreamWorks or Universal, something like that.
But I think
it
think
is. Yeah.
I think like the World War era kind of style with the cards and the cigarettes and the guns and all that kind of stuff. I think it makes for a really cool, fun figure. Again, it's just different. So I'm going hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hot too, just because it reminds me of the magnificent Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. I'm gonna stop there. 'Cause that's not.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my dear god. Yeah, see, this one has the tenderness. I'm feeling it. The engine's revving a bit more. So
Yeah.
I just like the goods on it. It's like you said, it's something different, and all the accessories and stuff where he was playing with the cards, and it's cool set. So hot.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning more towards hot. You said it's like $112.
Yeah.
Comes with a lot of stuff. Mezco's usually pretty good about like their unique sculpts and stuff. I don't know about like the underbody, but like the forearm and the face and the hands and stuff. Soft goods, lots of accessories. Not a ton of accessories, especially for Mezco. We've seen more, but
Yeah,
enough
that's true.
that it's very cool. So I'm going hot.
Yeah, more like warm, hot. I just like all their accessories, and soft goods. I mean, I have like a lot of these Mezco figures, and they just look aesthetically great. I mean, it's pretty tough to like look at that buckle, that little clip that goes on the buckle. Like, look how that thing is incredibly small, and you can still see the details. So I'll go with that.
Dean, I actually liked what you were saying, how it's like it's minimal, right? And not a lot of accessories. At the same time, though, I think like, it's he's in war, so he has what he needs maybe. And
Right. Yeah, like the
but
cigarettes.
it's just
and the
enough, it feels like.
canteen.
For me, it feels like it's just enough. Not typical Mezco where it's like, here's 3 pages of like soft goods and this accessory and that accessory and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good point too. I like that. All right, guys. We got one more. I didn't know this one was added.
Hell yeah.
Badfish. What was this again?
This was the Trash and Suicide pairing from the... Jesus, I should close the...
Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. Yeah. I had to add this, so I wanted something a little different on the hot. I always like something a little out there on the hot or not. I feel this is out there.
I'm going hot. I like the green that's on the zombie. I hope that's reflective of when the figure actually comes out. The mohawk is freaking awesome, and I just love how they kind of have her leaning over with like the missing arm and the bones sticking out. I think the details are really good. You don't always get zombies that kind of look good. I think the green's just perfect. You got like the beard on this guy. It's green and tattered and stuff like that. You can see the skeleton in the back, and then all the soft goods. Right? You said it was all soft goods, and the chain. The chain around him was metal and stuff. So I'm going hot.
Yeah, I'm going hot too. Obviously, this looks nothing like the movie. They're like cartoon style to match the poster, but this is one of those one of those movies that if the kids haven't seen it, they need to see it because it will improve your life. And the poster's good. Hot.
This is definitely hot. I think they just look cool. The sculpt detail on their faces and stuff. And we didn't talk about the detail, like the bone sticking out of her arm on the left, like her right, and then her shoulder blade. Like you can see some of her shoulder blade, and you can see his leg ripped out of on the right side. You can see he's got like his knee showing. I don't know. And this has more fabric, more soft goods, and more metal goods than the Spawn Kickstarter. So this is hot.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn, but I guess it's hot. Although, to be fair, on the movie poster, she doesn't have the skirt piece, and you could see her like hip bone and her leg bone. So the dress is a little long, but just in terms of like the poster, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. So I guess it's hot.
Wait, which movie is this?
Return of the Living Dead.
The return.
Oh, okay.
Return
I don't even remember if I've ever even seen this one. So I'm
It's
like
a game changer. Check it out.
And it comes. We
You need
didn't
to
say
make it a
this,
movie
I
night.
think it comes with the tombstone too. Sorry, I don't think I mentioned that.
Okay, there's a few in the background there, but
Yeah, it comes with the title spray painted.
oh, okay, cool.
That was in
Yeah,
the
but
in the
they've gone
slides,
so-
I didn't mention it.
I mean, NECA has improved so much from back in the day when their figures would just disintegrate into your hands, and now they have soft goods.
Yeah, and
They
then
used to not
yell
do
at you
this.
on Twitter for complaining.
They're non-durable goods.
Yeah, this is cool.
All right, guys. Real quick though, I do have one comment. I was thinking maybe we're already past mid-year, but we should do like a on the heels of the award seasons. What's our top figures? We need to just pick some 112 figures that you think are the best. Get the minds jogging, because I'm sure that form is gonna drop here in the next couple of months or so. But guys,
Basically, which figures tickle the Badfish?
yeah, hey, there you go. That's the new segment. What
Yeah.
tickles the badfish?
What tickles your fish?
It's a title of an
Oh my
award
God.
category.
What tickles the fish? Okay, guys, that is our show. Lots of great discussions. Dean, Equan, thank you for coming on. But
Yes,
we do
thank
have to
you for
shout out
joining
these
us.
beautiful, beautiful angels that keep this show and network going. We want to shout out Captain Fordo, Ian Seaby, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Vallon, Serena Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Gist, Joel Bretta, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Gun Figs, Badfish, Joe Corpus, Luke Skywalker, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Big Fern, Cecil Madokin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bamansky, Rick DiGregorio, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Alan Morgan, Takathari Wah, Derek B, Aries Portillo, Alvin J, Mario Delgado, Airleys Delgado, Toy Cartel, Sith Scale Collector, Jared. Give me the last name, Dean.
Gagne.
Gagne.
Yeah, I say Gagny, but I don't
Gagny.
know.
Gagny.
Gotta
please
be
help me out.
Gagne.
It's Gagne, guys.
It's gotta be.
Gagny
Alberto
West.
Cortez, Big Rib, Trevor Weed, another Jared Gagne. Man, that's coincidence. Matt Clavenger, Don Maton, Stephen Purchase, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Luis Bennett, Chip Heron, Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, and Gigi the Judgmental. The September-October benefits were the Ox Joker and the Dark Timeline. Dean, what did Zach say about if you subscribed and did all the things, you might not get it till November and you might miss these, or what?
These have already been sent out. So if you
Right.
subscribe between now and end of October, you won't get the October sticker. So you will have to wait till the next sticker set.
Highly collectible stickers, guys. If you join the Empire, I'm sure someone will trade
This
you
is-
eventually some of those doubles.
This might be edging on the line of Todd, not
Oh my!
you know what? I mean, this is kind of false advertising here. We're saying the October benefits
Oh.
are available.
Yeah, these
We're not
stickers are
really-
great. I mean, look at these guys
Probably,
right here.
maybe
Oh,
get
let's
them.
see.
There. Look at these guys here.
Man.
Look how shiny this one is.
The Joker one is
God.
too good.
Better than pulling Pokemon cards.
Too bad the
and
movie
here's
sucks,
the
but yeah.
old small talk one.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, these ones are great. This is basically Badfish's life. So
Oh yeah, Dark
The
Timeline.
Dark Timeline. Well, I don't know that the movie sucks. I won't say that, but the initial reviews are too bad. The movie sucks.
I have so many stickers.
Look at that.
dang.
I want to do what I think
I thought
Mike
that was
was
like the
doing,
pack
or was
giveaway.
Steven. Someone in this Patreon chat, sorry, I apologize, sir, I forget who it was turning their stickers into magnets. With some they're really cheap. You can just buy them on Amazon, and you can almost make anything into a magnet, and you cut it, I guess, around it.
You know, shout out
shape.
to shout out for
That's what
those
I wanna
people
do.
who want to do the figure photography, and we do that on our Instagram. Please, whoever that is, please show us your magnets. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
You know, Badfish, you probably can just buy like a roll of magnet tape that has like a sticky side, and it can just be a small little square in the middle of the sticker, and it'll work
That's
just
what
fine.
it looked like, little patches. It was like a square patch of them, and it came with like 5 or 10 of them. And I think you can just cut them out of it.
You know,
So that's what I want to do with all my stickers.
It reminds me of one of the girls I used to work with at Heroes and Fantasy. She bought a button puncher, and we would take like old ripped up comics, and she would make buttons out of them.
It's a great idea.
Your favorite panels and stuff like that. That's a really creative idea. And then if you want to become a part of this great empire, you got the hot seat for $5. This is going to get you Ox After Dark. It's going to get you your Patreon chat, all the digital benefits. You get the Sweet Angel for $7.50, and that'll get you your stickers sent straight to your door. Ox After Dark replays. Stickers will be sent every other month, and then Certified Crispy for $15. This will include the Certified Crispy certificate on your first pledge. Assistance with figure fixes by Zach. Please message him beforehand. And previous tiers, international postage will be charged at cost for the certificate. And then the best tier, our favorite tier, my favorite tier, the What a Guy with the Pog Deluxe set. I did hear that this is very, very, very limited right now. Maybe only a few sets left. I need to double check on that. But you'll get doubles of all the stickers we send, and then the previous benefits, and $5 postage for international subscribers to the What a Guy tier for the Pogs. And we want to shout out our YouTube members. We got Absolute Irwin, Alvin J, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Hansen, Big Ol' Fern, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris V, CT603, DJ Daminator, Doc Smizzle, Equan, Fat Batman, Garbear, good old Spotchika, Gotham Cinnabites, Justin Sports Carts, and then LV Avenger 702, Mark Pearson, Mike Litteris, Money Mendez, OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 1/6 Figure Focus, Paul Schreiber, Philip the Fool, S Beam, Sam Giss, Scarn Lord, SpongeBob Square Balls, Sunny Vale Russ, The Ben Thomas Show, Toy Mafia, and Exodus. And then you got the Patreonies only on the YouTube for 99 cents with the loyalty badges, or $2.99 if you are not a good old Patreonie. And then there's all of our shows. We got the main show, CW, collecting weekly on Tuesdays. We have After Dark on Wednesdays. Small Talk and movie nights are every other week. Chris, what's the next movie?
Well, it's kind of up in the air because Mr. Classy Thomas, I don't know if he's going to be up to sort of taking the reins and really driving the show. But he might want to just chillax and hang out and talk about something that I pick again, possibly Barbarella from 1968, which is it's a banger, but we'll see.
So after
Pamela
this figure
Anderson.
drop, is Fire and Ice now on the slate?
That's barbed wire.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Then.
Get your barbs
Equan's having
straight.
fond memories there.
It was a very fond memory.
They're both good.
I'm Googling barbed wire right now.
No,
Damn it,
wasn't
I'm
that
getting-
Stripperella
all I'm
was
getting
Pam
is
Anderson?
pieces of metal.
I don't remember.
There you go.
anymore.
It was Stripperella was Pam Anderson.
Something else. I don't know.
Yeah, we're talking about the 60s, Equan, okay?
Barbed
You
wire
have
in
to-
1996, yeah. She was it was based on the Dark Horse comic character.
Sure.
Barbed wire.
Basically, they got the license to put Pamela Anderson in something, so they invented that character. That's pretty much what happened. But yeah.
Same difference. Stripper with a gun.
It seems like it. I'm trying to check here, but
And
Yeah,
on
they-
Friday, we have those Friday Night Faithfuls over at Just Another Friday Nights. And then we have Question of the Week and Mind Flayer Web, the D&D. Dean, Badfish, you want to comment on anything going on there?
Yeah,
we're taking off this week, right?
Yeah, we're taking off this week, but we absolutely bamboozled Gortash, which is
Yeah.
like the big bad guy of. Well, there's still, I think, one or two big bad guys left, but he was like our last real big obstacle for a while.
We're like gods now. Holy shit! Tamora Morrison is in barbed wire. Am I seeing this right?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy
he's-
shit!
And
Yeah.
if you have any figure photography, please feel free to send it to us at Small Talk CW on Instagram. We haven't had much traction on that lately. We need to get back on some of those regular posts, but we really do want to see your fan favorite photos. And good old Vintage here, he did a little tutorial for us a little while back, closer to episode, 100-ish, somewhere right in there.
Yeah. We should probably, you know what? We should probably break out some segment clips from the show. That's probably a good idea. We should probably get on that. Just you make stuff a little easier to find.
I agree,
And
it'd be fun.
guys, that is our show. Any shout outs today?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just gonna shout out the Seamsmith again, Joseph Connors. He's awesome. So if you
He's
want
there
to
in
get
the
some
chat.
custom stuff made,
Copy that link and go check them out, guys.
I also posted it on the auxiliary group. If you want to find that post, just click the link. But if you want some custom clothes made or see what he's got, go over there and check him out.
I would
Anybody
shout
else?
out our 2 special guests again. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Really appreciate it.
Equan, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Deanie,
Oh, yeah.
welcome back.
That's my sister.
You know,
I knew that was coming.
I call you Deanie. Or Dean, that sweet, wet, dreamy.
Oh my god, that was worse than what I said earlier.
Oh my lord.
Yep, you know. All right, guys. Yeah, shout out to Equan, shout out to Dean. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for sticking with us for almost 2 hours.
Chris
man.
is clutching his pearls. Also, Jason Nelson said you can find the adhesive mayonnaise sheet, at Hobby Lobby. And Michael's.
All right, guys. And on that note, we will see you on the next show. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Have sweet wet dreams, everyone.